Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 19 of Multiblock Madness. I found something in between episodes. So I made this new time in a bottle because I wasn't really sure what happened to my other one. Somehow it got in the smeltery. This does actually bring up one thing I kind of want to know. Can I hold 2 time in the bottles in my inventory? No, I cannot. Okay. They reset each other. That's interesting, actually. So we want to keep the higher time in the bottle for sure. Bye-bye. And this other one can kind of probably just go in the trash. So what are we trying to do today? It's actually quite simple. We're going to get the simulation chamber set up. We're going to get the lower little half of these quests sort of finished, and hopefully try and get to a tier 1 void ore miner. That might have to wait until episode 20 though. I'm a little bit unsure because, as I said at the end of the last video, I don't know if you guys watched it all the way, but I am going to start recording videos in 3-hour sessions and no more. Whatever the length of the video ends up being after 3 hours, that's just kind of what it's going to be, because it kind of saves me some time in the fact that sometimes when I want to get something done for a specific video, I end up working for 10-15 hours on it instead of just, making 5 videos during that time. So let's get to work. First things first, let me make some Osgo glass. Let me see how much Osgo glass we need. Alright, so we need 44 Osgo glass. This is the wrong machine for right now. I need to make a bunch of stuff. 44 refined obsidian, 44 refined glowstone, and then 44 osmium because it's a 1-to-1-to-1 in here. I wish it was a 1-to-3, but I guess this is just a very, very expensive metal. It's a very good tool material apparently too, but we don't have the things for that. So I'm gonna craft this up. I'll be right back. And then we also need a bunch of other stuff, including some empowered Restonia, which is obnoxious. Okay, I've been working on some stuff, slowly crafting things up. I think I actually do have everything for the soot cover machine frames, but a couple of these things have been super obnoxious. Specifically the blood bronze blocks, which was just a ton of bronze ingots getting shoved into the blood altar, which took a very long time. So why don't we go ahead and automate some of this stuff? Even if it's slowly, it will be automated and we can upgrade it later. The first thing I want to do is automate my empowerer, and there's a very cool way of doing that in this pack. Let me go ahead and zap these energy laser relays into item laser relays, and then we can go ahead and set it all up. So what we want to do is we want to have an interface. I decided to actually name this one. I haven't been naming interfaces that much in this series, and it's actually a terrible, terrible thing. And then we want to put an item laser on that, and then an item laser on each of these bad boys. We can make this just one inventory. I do need one more item laser. Okay, so we go ahead and connect the lasers. You do that by just, clicking them like that with the wrench, and then we're going to need a compass because we have to modify these slightly. What we want to do is we want to set this as priority. Let's just make it like priority 10, and these will all stay at priority 0, which means the item in the first slot of this slot of the pattern will get shoved into here first, I believe. This is... yeah, it should just do that. We need blocking mode, and let's go ahead and set up a pattern and see if it works. Okay, so here is the pattern for Restonia. The Restonia block is in the first slot, so it should go into here. And what I'm doing is I'm just filtering the extract on specifically this item, so it shouldn't pull out the unempowered version. And it's just getting shoved back into the interface to complete the craft. Now, I got those big item filters from a quest reward at some point. Super, super nice, because I probably won't have to make any more big item filters for the rest of the pack, so I never had to make any. Empowered Restonia crystal. Let me make, I believe I need 4. I'm missing 1 fluxed aqua chow. Let me remedy that really quick. Okay, we should be able to order 4 now. It's gonna craft, and let's see how it goes. So all of this should be viewed as the same inventory, And it just, okay, it just works. Let's make sure, this shouldn't take super long. Let's make sure it extracts properly as well, because I hope it will. Since it hasn't pulled it out yet, I'm assuming that means it's going to extract properly. And since this is on blocking mode, no items should get shoved in. I'm just kind of stalling time. Okay, extract, and perfect. Okay, this is the easiest way to automate the Empower. This is not in like all packs. Actually, Editions is not in all packs, but if it is in your pack, definitely look for it and use this method because it's way easier than timing with like redstone signals and that kind of stuff. Alright, don't mind me just running an ME cable all the way over to our blood altar so we can begin to automate stuff along this path. It's going to come in handy because we're going to definitely have to do it eventually, because we're going to want stuff from Botania as well as blood magic to be on our ME system so we can autocraft it. And I'm trying to space things out just a little bit in this pack because that's usually good for lag and that kind of stuff. So, yay! This is on the subnet, or wait, no. Yes, this is on the subnet, so we're not using channels from any of the places over here, so we're kind of just chilling. Alright, and now we finally have everything that we need in order to craft the 11 simulation chambers. I still don't have all the stuff for the loot fabricators, but we'll get the simulation chambers running first. These are a little more obnoxious because they require these things, and that's actually not that bad at all. Alright, here we go. Simulation chambers are done crafting, so are the loot fabricators, mostly because I had a bunch of light engineering blocks just kind of chilling from something. I'm not entirely sure what, but hey, I'll take it. And we need to extend this platform just slightly, which means I need to make some more Ender energy conduits, which I actually haven't ever made using a recipe yet. Not entirely sure how I want to set up these simulation chambers, but I think for now we're just going to place them like this, and then I'll put their loot fabricators directly behind them. I believe they are actually sided, so who's angry? I believe they are actually sided, so we might need to extract items out of the bottom or something for like the processes and insert the polymer clay into the top, which should be perfectly fine. Oh my god, that's so annoying that I can't just like place it against the conduit. Anyways, let me kind of figure out how I want to place the conduits here. And looks like we are actually fine on energy for the moment. Now I just need to make a ton of soot-covered redstone by hand, and then I can make all of the data models, and we'll see if I actually have to go kill some stuff in order to, like, you know, do the initial leveling up. Hopefully the answer is no, because that sounds obnoxious and annoying to do for so many different data models, but I'm assuming the answer is yes. Well, I guess it's time to go on an adventure and see if I can find some thermal elementals of any kind, because I've made all of the other data models. I just need 3 pieces of any type in order to level it up, and then I'll have to kill some more in order to, you know, like, level up the data model, I assume. Alright, a little bit later, I learned you only have to kill 1 of each type in order to get things kind of going here. So I killed 1 basalts, or I guess I killed like 3 or 4 basalts because I had to get the basalt's rods in order to like actually make the data models, because they're made just like that with petroleum or any other kind. And then I had to go back out, find another one, and kill it. They just spawn in extreme hills biomes, so it's actually not all that bad. This one is not getting the thing that I wanted to get. Gray. Perfect. And enter. So we've begun simulations. What I need to do now is set up a drawer for both the matter and the, well, the like overworldy and twilight matter, as well as the pristine matters. So it does turn out, I believe you can only extract from the bottom of the simulation chambers. I'm hoping, by God, I'm hoping you can insert into the bottom of the loot fabricators, except now that I'm thinking about it, almost definitely we can't. So let me just shove that in there. Does anything get put in here? Nothing. So we cannot insert into the bottoms. Let's insert into the tops. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured out the issue with my pickaxe. It's actually a modifier called Global Traveler, and if you hold your thing and press I, it'll show you your toggleable modifiers. I had that on, which means when I was breaking blocks, they were getting sent to that chest over there, which was my linked inventory. If I turn it off, it just kind of drops the blocks as normal as you would kind of want the game to. Thank you to, I can't remember your name, in the comments who mentioned this. Thank you so much. I had no idea what was going on, and I appreciate it a lot. Anyways, what I'm doing for the simulation chambers here is I'm filtering the insert. Everything is going to be on blue, and I'm saying, hey, you can only put pristine shulker matters in here, which are made over here, and they go into here. I haven't actually received a new shulker matter from this thing yet, but once I do, it should go in here. I'm going to actually leave it on whatevered, but we want this to make diamonds. And I need to do this for all of them, which is going to be a little obnoxious, but it's fine. Okay, they should all be set now, and we can just choose what we want. I want diamonds from this. I want ender pearls from this. Maybe we'll change this to infinity booster cards later. Blaze rods from that guy. Slime balls from this guy. Gunpowder from him. I want glowstone actually from this. We will get infinite redstone basically as soon as we get the tier 1 void ore miner, but for now we're kind of looking here. I want emerald ore from this actually, so we can get an infinite source of emeralds. I want gold, I believe, from him for now. We'll change it to raw ironwood probably later, or whatever we need at the moment. I want blitz, basalts, and blizzrods. Okay, perfect. I do need to go down underneath and change the 3 thermal elemental data models to round robin mode, so hopefully it will take turns placing into the inventories over here and not just, you know, suck all the items into one of them until it backlogs. But if that's what happens, that's not the worst thing in the world. I'll just, you know, let the game run overnight. Okay, it's the next day, and I am actually now at home. Sorry for no video yesterday, but you know, daily uploads from here on out. I've allowed these simulation chambers to run for a while, and we're starting to get a bunch of things, almost 4,000 gold, ton of glowstone, a bunch of these different rods. It looks like it's trying to fill up the blitz rods first. That's fine. By the time we actually need these, it'll probably, you know, have maxed out all of these things. Getting a ton of matters, which means we should have no issues with experience, not like we were going to. I have 106 levels, and a bunch of diamonds, bunch of slime, bunch of ender pearls, everything that we were sort of like lacking. Now we should be good to push towards the void miner. By the way, there are no sounds right now. I'm not sure why. I've restarted my game a couple of times. I can't figure out why there's no sounds, but I guess there just is. We will deal with that, and I should have it solved by the beginning of the next episode. There should be music in the back of this video anyways, so it's not going to be an issue. And next thing we need to sort of work on, iridescent altar, because this is the next step in kind of the pack. I guess I could take a moment and set up empowering for all of these things, but this looks so obnoxious. Salt, white petal titanium shards, which requires me to make a chemical injection chamber. I've looked at the empowered block recipes. They're so annoying, but we will have to do them eventually. Instead of dealing with that, let's actually take a look at mana infused ingots. These will be used, I believe we have to crush them, and then they're used as one of the main components in mana dust. We're also going to have to do the iridescent altar in order to get, I believe, into the next level of blood magic, into a little bit more of the elf stuff, because we're going to need, well, I guess we can already make Terra steel, but we will need the portal for the elves eventually. So let's check what we already have. I'm pretty sure thaumium should be just fine. Yep, I have essence, and I can set a recipe to make thaumium in the thing. Why don't we set up interface, or interfaced over by our Botania stuff, so we can make Terra steel on demand, because we have that huge mana battery. I'll just go ahead and run an underground wire over here. We'll probably want it to pop up, say, probably like over here as well. So I'll put the conduit there just so we can have it in the future for the, I believe we're going to have to also automate the runic altar at some point, so that'll be fine. And I should probably set up an interface for that, but we'll maybe do that later. And let me cover up this junk really quickly so we don't have to look at it. My plan is to eventually make this place look pretty, like I want to build like a house or something nice over here, maybe get rid of this at some point and replace it somewhere else. We'll get rid of this crafter, which is just kind of an eyesore, finish the roof of the house and maybe make it a little nicer. I just need to get the motivation to actually build because I haven't had any motivation to build. I'm going to expand this platform with concrete just so we can fit more machines because the end game I believe is going to require an incredible amount of machines. And we might make a second floor below for all of the quantum Minecraft dynamic stuff because I think some of those machines are absolutely enormous. Anyways, let's get back to what we were doing. Alright, so here we go. This is probably the system setup. I do need to test it though. Obviously, item collector, collecting Terra steel. In the interface, pushing into an impulse hopper, which is being pulsed every 7 seconds, and that should be enough time to craft and pick up the item before more items get dropped. I just need to put this pattern into here, say, hey, make me 10 Terra steel. I do have to make this stuff manually still because I haven't set up the automation for these things, and I still don't have automated star metal, but that's perfectly fine. We don't need that much Terra steel at this exact moment. And start. Let's see if it crafts properly. Should go off pretty soon. Should get dropped into there. What? Okay, I think I figured it out. The timer was not, it wasn't staying on for long enough for it to actually push the items, so things should be going well now. I also had to move the item collector down here because I forgot it only sucks in the way that it faces, and it is filtered to Terra steel. And those will get sucked out and shoved back into the interface. Slightly uglier, not quite as compact as like a cooler item collector, but these are super, super cheap, so I'm going to continue making them. Alright, so that should be 12 Terra steel in here because I already had 2. And we're looking pretty. That's one thing off this list. We still do need to automate the rest of the processes, but it's fine. Orichalcum, that is just stuff we find in the nether. We can go mine that by hand. Thaumium, we have infinite amounts of. Ender alloy advanced. So why don't we take a look at this? Stable ender pearls, quite easy. I'll need to look at obsidian. The ender alloy enhanced is something else we're gonna want to look at, which requires eyes of ender simple, which requires ender alloy basic, which requires inert or more orichalcum. Why don't we think about inert? Made like this. Ooh, quite simple. Alright, well with that done, I think I'm just going to go ahead and hook this up to the ME system so I can get some things crafting. Just need to add some conduit here, and we'll probably call it a day right there after I can get under here and connect these wires. Okay, so now we should see a billion pieces of glowstone. 15,000 pieces, perfect. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe leave a like or something, and maybe subscribe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit quiet in the second half of this video. I'm sorry. Because I just got home, I'm just feeling like a little bit tired and a little bit, I guess, insecure maybe of recording like loudly because my whole family's here. But anyways, you know, that's something I'll get over because literally no one can hear me in my room. I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.